morning and welcome to Bum Slide Thursday. Right on into Friday. Mornings with Luann and Tim. Alex Barr stepping in and doing an awesome job this week, I must say, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for getting up early for us. I appreciate it.
Of course, only for you.
Oh,
actually for the audience as well. Yes, I've been getting some very kind texts from some of my friends.
Have you?
Yes, so much appreciated. Whoever's watching out there.
How much money did you have to give them for that?
I don't want to disclose that amount of money. It's a lot. It's okay. And Lou, for starting the show, I'll give you a little bonus too after. Thanks for starting the show with a nice compliment.
Absolutely. Positively. Want to say a huge thank you to KC Security this morning for sponsoring the show, even when Alex is here.
You brought me here, now I'm back down here.
Well, you know what? I got to keep you level, man.
Yeah,
I can't have that ego of yours getting out of hand.
Yeah, I know. Pretty soon I'm just going to be going, I'm better than Tim. I can do this all the time now. This is so easy.
This is so... Like he does this every day? What?
Tim,
come on.
Please don't be watching this, Tim. I still love you.
Yeah, I still love you too. Yeah, it's weird without you here, but Alex is doing a phenomenal job. Just like, you know what, for somebody who wasn't trained in front of the camera, he does everything in front of the camera. I call him Super Alex. I love when he does that.
My power pose.
Because he doesn't have training in front of the camera, it's all behind the scenes stuff that Alex knows. So he's like just phenomenal. You can say, Alex, I need, boop, and it's done. So he's just, it's great to have you here with us.
I'm completely winging it.
Aren't we all?
So Lou,
so
you know how we did the Face app yesterday?
Yes, we did the Face app.
You heard, eh? Did you hear about the privacy concerns?
No.
Really? Yeah. Now a bunch of backlash is coming. The company that owns Face app, based in Russia, and in their terms and conditions are saying that sometimes they might sell the data that you've given them to a company that doesn't have the same privacy policies as ones in the States. So it might be a little different. So now people are freaking out everywhere. What are you doing with my photos? What are you going to do with are you doing facial recognition stuff? And especially since it's Russia, people are that much more scared. So now I've seen a bunch of people delete the app, delete your photos, get it off your phone.
Really?
Yeah. So
based in Russia.
Yeah. So if you did the Face app after watching the show, in the fine print before the show starts, it does say that we aren't liable for any information lost to Russia. So we're fine.
Type that in at the last minute.
Mike,
we're not Mike, hurry up, Mike. That's crazy.
Right?
You know what though? Part of me, I don't know if it's because of where I am in my life. You know what, Russia, you need my picture. You need to give my information to people. Like you need to...
And I think for people that are losing their minds so much are ones that already have Facebook and Instagram and all their photos are already all over the internet. So
what's
the difference? If they really wanted your photos, they would just go and get them.
I mean, I'm not pro, blow everybody's privacy. I'm not saying that that's an awesome thing, especially when it comes to Russian affiliations. But you know what? If you have nothing else to do in your life but scour my life, have at her, man. I'll see you on the other side, because that'll take you about 2.5 minutes.
But yeah, I don't think this needs to be as blown out of proportion as it's getting. You're safe, I think.
Good. It's a picture.
And if it's coming from me, I definitely know what I'm talking about with privacy and tech concerns. Definitely.
He does. He's the tech guru here.
I didn't open this show saying I'm winging it, so I definitely know what I'm talking about.
Trust him. Really, really trust him. Hey, did you hear the big news about Kevin Spacey?
No.
Some charges were dropped against him. Apparently, he was accused by a man that he fondled him in a car.
Like a taxi,
and the man's mom happens to be a news anchor. Right. So it was dismissed yesterday because they asked the accuser for some chats that he had on his phone with Kevin Spacey.
That's fair.
That he claimed indicated, this is what he was saying, this is what he was doing, and look at it's proof. It's right here. Well, apparently nobody can find the phone.
What?
Yeah, the mother says that the phone was given to the police. The police say the phone was given back, and the accuser is now saying, or said yesterday, that he doesn't want to testify.
Well,
Right?
What about Kevin Spacey's phone? If they were texting back and forth, there'd be 2 phones with all the same text on it.
That's why he's the guru. I didn't even think of that.
Well, yeah, I mean...
But if you're going to accuse somebody, don't you think that first you need to be prepared to testify? He's like, yeah, no, I don't want to testify. What?
Maybe there's some money going in.
I wonder.
Underneath it?
But you know what, too? Where's the phone? I don't know.
Why not just get Kevin's phone?
Yeah.
I don't know why I just referenced Kevin Spacey as if I knew him.
Yeah, you and the Kev.
Yeah, well, not right now. Our relationship's on hold while this whole debacle's going on, that's for sure.
Yeah, so he's got those groping charges.
Does he not legally have to turn in his phone then? Like, couldn't the police be like, okay, well, one phone's out of the equation,
Maybe
give me
he
yours?
was smart, though, and erased all those.
Yeah, but if you...
Right? Maybe the kid kept them, thinking, I'm going to use them against him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can go into a phone and, like, I know, like, for
it's
instances,
encrypted, right?
Yeah.
Look at me, I said a technical word.
But, like, I've seen cameras that have had their memory cards wiped, photos refound and restored. Not all of them all the time.
Really?
But you can send them away to find different stuff. And I'm sure if it's a police agency, they probably have the technology to go and crack anything that's deleted. Yeah, so Kevin Spacey, count your days. Or hold on tight to that phone. Yeah,
and there's other charges that have been laid against him with regards to the same situation. So in this particular case, he's off the hook. Yeah, kind of a weird thing. Speaking of guys who are in the news, Mike Fleiss is the Bachelor creator.
Okay.
Right? You know how much you and I love that show.
Can you just be a little quieter? I got I got street cred to maintain.
Street cred.
Yeah. A-Dog on the streets can't be watching. Can't be watching The Bachelor. That's for sure.
Is that your street name, A-Dog? You know what? You so set yourself up now, right?
I live a split life. That's for sure.
Mornings with Luann, Tim, and A-Dog. There you go, right?
Oh God, what did I do?
The A-Dog.
Oh, it was bad enough.
Super A-Dog! See, you can't help it.
It's bad enough that The Office calls me Alec all this week. I don't understand why. Now it's gonna be A-Dog. Okay.
A-Dog.
Alrighty,
I kind of like A-Dog. I'm gonna buy you some of those little ears, you know, to keep your hair out of your face. Anyway, Mike Fleiss.
A little gut shot early on in the morning. Just what I need to wake me
is
up.
under investigation by police for violence against his wife. So apparently he and his wife have a child together, and she got pregnant again.
Okay. Oh.
And he's saying, yeah, I don't really want another one, and claims that he's been saying that forever. Wow. So he is aggressively trying to convince her to have an abortion.
Well,
and is kind of throwing her around the room a little bit, threatening to throw her down the stairs if she doesn't go for an abortion and stuff like that.
Well, aren't there like multiple, and by multiple I mean many, multiple preventative measures in between not wanting a pregnancy and accidentally getting somebody pregnant?
There's that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm sure he's probably thinking, maybe because you've said that, oh yeah, you got pregnant on purpose, because you know that's what some guys would do, right?
There needs to be
yeah. It's like in this day and age
this morning.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so Mike Fleiss, you know, brilliant guy, creator of The Bachelor. Yeah, so he's got some issues he's going to have to deal with, and apparently she's been given a "you got to stay away from me" order.
Oh, restraining order.
A restraining order. Thank you. Yeah, so she has a restraining order, and he has to stay away from her and the child they have, and can't like go within 100 feet of her. So he's going to be on The Bachelor next season. No, I'm kidding.
That was his plan all along.
That was pretty good, eh, dog? No. What's coming up, A-Dog? Who are you talking to today, A-Dog?
I don't know.
You don't know. He's not going to play now. We have lots of really good information coming up for you on the show this morning. Right, A-Dog? So please stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
At 55 Church Street in this amazing center. I didn't even know this was here, Helen Scott. This is Helen Scott. How are you, Helen?
I'm great, thanks, Tim.
Well, thanks for joining us on TV on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Beautiful day here. Beautiful location. You're on the waterfront.
Absolutely gorgeous view of the river.
This is attached to, I mean, most people would say attached to the Bush Plane Museum, but the address is 55 Church Street, so you're coming at it from the other side, right?
Yeah, we're back of the Bush Plane.
The back of the Bush Plane. And I had no idea until I was reading an article, I think it was on Sioux Online actually, about Maker North. How long has Maker North been around?
We have been in existence as a company for almost 3 years. We've been in this space as a maker space since June 2nd.
Okay, and the driving forces behind this venture, there were three of you founders. Helen Scott, you are sort of the business manager end of the thing, right?
Yep. Myself, Joseph Bertrand.
He's in the background talking right now. Joseph's a little busy right now, but he's around. This is, would you say this is sort of his baby?
Absolutely, this is his vision.
And then Mike, what's Mike's last name?
Mike Saketa.
And he's more your IT guy?
He is. He's the tech guru. He's the guy that can make the 3D printers sing.
The 3D printers. Now, this is what I've never seen one actually at work. And I walk in here, and you've got, how many do you have right now?
We have 5 of the SDM, we have 4 of the liquid resin, and then 1 big, large-scale FDM.
Like, it's crazy. I had no idea this was here. You walk in, and there's these things that are creating out of resin.
Yep. Yeah, it essentially, it uses a laser or projector to affix the pattern to the liquid resin, and then it pulls the piece that you're designing out of the pool of resin, and then we have to cure it using the UV light.
You cure it using, is that kind of like, when I went to the dentist before, they used to bond my teeth and they used that laser light to do the bonding?
Exactly the same thing.
It's the same thing. And so you can create, and the different sizes of pieces that you can create with the 3D printers range from what to what? They
range from the size of a dime or smaller. Yeah. Our largest printer, we can go almost 12 inches by 12 inches and about 15 inches high.
Like that's you could make a like a bust, a head, or like a stat.
And we have. And we have, yes.
And that's not all that you do here. I mean, that's just one small part of it. Tell me some more about what goes on in this incredible, beautiful space, so bright and full of light and on the waterfront. What else goes on in here?
So our laser cutters are another big thing. Basically, you can use those to either etch into or cut through material. So you can etch your own wine glasses or wine bottles. You can make wooden signs. You could create your own puzzles. You can etch into cork. You can do the iron-on transfers, make your own T-shirt designs.
Come on.
All kinds of things.
And Helen, also, I think you said, is there a new one that's in a box right now? Is it going to cut into aluminum too?
That one's actually a CNC. It's a whole different kind of machine.
You've learned a lot, haven't you?
I've learned a ton. The CNC is basically, the way I understand it, is like a computerized router. So what you could do by hand with a router, this thing does with absolute precision. And I'm sure it does more than that I have yet to learn.
Right. So who's teaching you all this stuff as you go?
Jerry Richard is one guy that we're working with on the CNC. Mike Saketa knows the CNC. And we also have a new member who is working with us, and hopefully we'll be teaching some courses in the woodworking shop.
Okay, so the woodworking, we're going to go to the woodworking shop later on, and we'll do an interview in there as well, because it's incredible, and you have a huge, what's it called?
The big laser cutter back there.
The big laser cutter. You could actually put like a 4-foot wide piece of wood in there, like a door even, and have it etched to whatever you want.
Yeah, it does 4 foot by 3 foot inside the machine, and then we can also open the machine and slide larger pieces through.
And is it all through the computer that these images go to these cutters?
Yeah, you hook it up through a laptop, but the software itself actually, these ones here, the software itself actually runs on the machine, so there's nothing to download. You open your browser, you input the IP address, and it pops up, and they're camera driven, the smaller ones, so you actually have an exact view of what you're doing. You can line everything up by sight.
And you have a glass one over here where you can actually watch it being made. You can watch the resin being...
The liquid resin 3D printer, yes.
Okay, we have to go to, this is 5 minutes already. It goes by so quickly. There's so much more I want to know, because we're talking about art classes in here. There's so much more going on at Maker North. We're going to go to a break and come back, and we're going to change locations to a different room, and we'll talk about the classes that you offer, and about memberships. What a great deal, and about how you put it, that it's changing the sort of industrial landscape of Sault Ste. Marie. In the woodworking shop now at Maker North. This building is quite expansive. You have classrooms down the hall here. What kinds of classes are you teaching here?
So that particular room that you were pointing to is where we do our youth-led drawing workshops right now. So we have a 12-year-old who is teaching anime drawing. She is amazingly skilled, so it's an all-ages class. We also teach photography in here. We teach laser cutting, we teach woodworking, and we've been teaching 3D printing, 3D design, and podcasting so far.
Podcasting?
Yes. Mike Saketa is an audio engineer, so he actually does podcasting professionally. So he's bringing his skills here for people who are interested in doing podcasts but don't necessarily have the confidence to start on their own. They will by the time they're done with Mike.
The other thing that you're doing here is you have, as far as I know, the only professional grade photography studio available for rent.
Yes, absolutely. So the backdrops are set up. They're always there. We've got black and white right now. We will be adding green for video. The professional grade lights are available. People do have to have a little bit of training on those first. And then once you've had that little bit of training, the lights are available with the triggers for your camera. And that studio becomes available with lighting for rent.
And that Allie Pearson is your resident photographer. She's a professional photographer. And so this is her studio that she's working out of this studio as well, but renting it out. Is that how that's sort of working?
Yep, absolutely. And it's Allie that does the training.
Oh.
And if anyone wants photography workshops or photography lessons, it's Allie that does those as well.
So, and then I love the fact that you have the youth coming in here to not only participate, but also lead.
Yes, absolutely. We have another young girl who wants to start doing some youth-led crochet. And another artist that wants to do some youth-led artwork. So I'm actively seeking out those kids.
And then another really cool thing is you have you do queer crafts.
Yes, the first Friday of every month, from 6 until 9 at night. And basically the idea is an all-ages queer, trans, and allied group get together and just make things together.
You know, and that's just a great social outlet. I mean, not only to be creative, but just to hang out and have a conversation. And anything that actually brings the LGBTQ plus community together is a good thing, because we are kind of scattered in Sault Ste. Marie, and I think we could afford a little more cohesiveness as a community. So great to get together and just play, have fun, and share stories and share each other's time, right?
Absolutely. It's a positive, creative way of bringing the community together and doing the things that we love to do.
That's Thursdays from
Fridays.
Oh.
The first Friday of every month from 6 to 9 at night.
Allie, I'm going to call Helen.
Okay.
How do we get more information on the center itself? Do you have a website?
There is a website, makernorth.ca, that Ali actually made.
Okay.
And all of our events go up there. We also have a Facebook page that we use on a fairly regular basis as well. All of our events are on there.
And you're gearing up for Pride Fest?
Yes, absolutely. We'll be here for Loud and Proud. We'll be opening the door between us and the Bush Plane Museum, so you'll actually be able to go in through the Bush Plane or through this side and access Loud and Proud.
Helen, what's the date for Loud and Proud this year? Are you familiar with that?
July 22nd.
July 22nd at the Bush Plane, and then you can just wander on over and check out Maker North.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And now, as far as the sort of the industrial aspect of this, when Joe was talking to me, can you explain a little bit about what his vision was for creating that sort of new mentality for Sault Ste. Marie industrialists?
Sure. I think a lot of it goes back to the basic idea that Sault Ste. Marie can't stay a steel town solely, right? And we have a very strong entrepreneurial base in this city that a lot of people don't know about. So what we've done here is basically we're trying to act as an incubator for businesses, for entrepreneurs who have a product they want to develop. So if they've got something that's an idea in their head and they need assistance doing the computerized designs, making the prototypes, and getting it ready to a place where they could take it to a funder. A lot of folks get stuck because injection molding was the only way to really do your prototypes, and molding is expensive. So a lot of folks never got off the ground. But if you can 3D print your prototype, you can cut your costs exponentially, and you can actually get to a place where you have a product that somebody can hold, and then you can take that to a funder, right?
I feel like I'm on Shark Tank right now. It's very exciting.
It really is.
But you know what? And even if you're not a business person, let's say you gave the example of a gentleman who didn't have enough space in his garage or his home workshop to do, he wanted to make a workbench or something, and so he's coming in here. All the equipment is here. The space is here. He brings his stuff in through the loading bay, through his wood, his raw product, and then he can actually rent the space to do the work here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's basically how it works, right? If you're coming in with a small project, you can just show up and use the equipment. If you are coming in with a larger project and you need a little bit more space or a little bit more time, then you talk to us. We have a process in place to make sure that that's available, and we do our best to work with folks to make sure they have what they need.
And it's available both on a sort of an a la carte basis or membership. So if I were to come in here, it'd be how much to come in for a day?
$15 for an adult, $10 for a youth.
Okay, and then if I wanted to have a membership?
It would be $30 for a youth membership per month, or $40 for an adult per month.
And for that price, you're entitled to the entire facility. You have the run of the facility.
Absolutely. So we may limit some things based on safety. So under 16,
Well, yes.
Under 16, you can't be in the woodworking shop without an adult. And there is some training required so that we make sure that you're safely using the machines. But we provide that for you when you walk through the door. It's not something you have to pre-book in advance. And
then you're also all the programming that goes on here, all the lessons, all the classes and stuff. But you said some of those classes are as little as like a toonie or something to participate.
yeah, so the anime club that we ran yesterday was $2 for members, $7 for non-members.
Really? Oh, so see, membership has its privileges.
Absolutely. We have member and non-member pricing on all of our workshops. We also have premium memberships, which get you further discounts and further perks, like the ability to book your 3D printer so that you know it'll be here ready and waiting when you get here, rather than just coming in and hoping there's a machine available. So
Okay, this whole thing is brilliant. I'm blown away. I'm so excited for you, for all three of you. And how are things going? Are you happy with the way that it's progressing?
I am. We haven't done a grand opening event yet. We will be doing that in the not too distant future. We did a soft launch, really, basically wanting to grow it organically and work out the kinks before it got too busy, and we've had phenomenal success in doing that. So we are now ready to fly, and we're good. I'm excited.
Okay, so am I. So once again, just to get a hold of you, we can go to the website, which is
makernorth.ca.
simple. Facebook page.
Makernorth.ca will bring you there too.
And 55 Church Street, just come down. It's the other side of the Bush Plane Museum. And just, do you have regular hours here, Allie? I'm sorry, Helen.
You've become one human.
No, Helly Allen. What are your hours? Are there regular hours?
Yeah, 9 to 9 every day of the week. The only days we close are stat holidays.
Holy smokes! That's a lot of dedication.
It's an insane amount of dedication, and we're thoroughly enjoying it.
Oh, good for you. Okay, so Maker North, come down here, check it out, go to the website, or call Helen Scott or Mike
Saketa or Joseph Bertrand.
Joseph Bertrand. He's a great guy, eh?
He is.
He's got a lot going on in that little brain of his.
He does. He does, and he's very excited about it. It's great to work with him.
Okay, well, I look forward to hearing more, and if you ever want to come back on the show and promote anything, let me know. All right. Okay, so we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim after this message, back live in the studio. Stay with us. Thanks, Hal.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5, and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
I'm doing whatever it takes, stopping at nothing, I'm up in your face, shaking it off, no matter the cost, I'm feeling the wind, I'm taking it all, I'm paving the way with the sweat and the blood, I'm at the top, I'm rising above, I want the gold, give me the rush, Queen Midas, I got the touch. I'm pushing, 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 I'm pushing.
I put my 2-week notice in. What is this?
I thought it was appropriate, dog. A dog.
What have I done?
Well, it's better though that you didn't do
the entire commercial break.
Alex Parr, a dog.
What have I done?
What have you done?
The whole commercial break was just this office. A dog. Oh, yo, sick. Yo,
Street cred.
put on your hat sideways and go out there.
I'm so privileged at my age to be working with an A dog. Oh, now you broke a microphone.
Good. Oh my goodness, this is a close-up. I'm gonna break everything on my way out too, guys.
Ooh, look at you. That's kind of close, isn't it?
That's a little too close.
Too close for comfort.
Yeah,
a dog.
Better this is hilarious.
I think so. Hey, it's National Day of something. That looks awesome. Here, let me help you, because God knows, apparently, you know, the dog paws aren't working great this morning.
Just keep stretching it.
There you go. All right. So, National Day of what today?
National Sour Candy Day.
Sour candy? I hate them. Do you eat sour candy?
I love sour candy.
Ew, do you?
Yeah, ew, that you don't like them.
Ew, why would you go on purpose?
I don't know. I like the super sour candies too that are only painful, like the toxic wastes or like the sour heads. I don't know if that's the actual name. Warheads, yes.
See, look at me.
Love those. And then
really?
Heck. Yeah, Sour Patch Kids.
Oh.
Sour Jubes.
Oh, they're all nasty.
Sour gummy worms, sour everything. Everything, yeah.
So why? Just because
they're good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're good.
So do you eat like a sour one and then a sweet one?
Nope.
You just eat a whole bag of sour ones.
The only sour candies I'm not a fan of, sour Skittles. They hurt my tongue after a while.
Aww, they hurt his tongue.
I mean, people from the streets are going to be watching. Yeah, I'm hard. They cause pain, that's why I eat them.
That's why I eat them, because I like the pain, absolutely. Sour candies are the weirdest invention in my mind, along with tomatoes.
What?
Yeah.
You don't like tomatoes?
Oh, tomatoes are hard. We talked about this with Tim. Tomatoes are hard on the outside and they're undercooked like snot in the middle. Like, who invented that? Who invented a tomato?
So you don't put like a slice of tomato on a sandwich?
No.
Ketchup?
Then the bread gets all soggy because the goob is in the bread, and then it splits. Ugh. Tomatoes and sour candies, eh?
I'll put sour candies on a tomato just to...
Really?
No, absolutely
not.
Talk
about a bazillion textures. Oof. Stay tuned. We have news coming up right after this.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Listen to them. Children of the night. Alive! He's alive!
With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
The Sault OPP, in partnership with the Batchewana Police Service, Sault City Police, and Parks Canada, have joined forces to conduct focused patrols on Whitefish Island. Whitefish Island is a short walk across the Sault Ontario locks and is a historical site that was formed more than 2,000 years ago. As an Aboriginal settlement, trading was done on the island and fish were a major source of food. In 1997, the island was returned to the Batchewana Band, who maintain the island today. Trails surround the island for people to explore and use in a natural setting and gain knowledge of its historical past. The partnership will conduct patrols on the island to protect one of Canada's significant examples of natural and cultural heritage. A minimum wage worker could afford to rent in just a few neighborhoods in Canada, suggests a new analysis of the country's rental market that also raises questions about a promised federal rent supplement program. The report being released today by the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives says someone earning minimum wage would only be able to afford a one-bedroom rental in 9% of 795 neighborhoods in Canadian cities in the study. The figure drops to 3% of neighborhoods when looking at the affordability of two-bedroom units. The federal Liberals' decade-long national housing strategy includes programs to build more rental housing, hoping a boost in supply will drive down costs. At the same time, negotiations with provinces are winding along on the design of a new rent supplement for low-income tenants that will average about $2,500 a year. Study author David McDonald said the benefit could provide some short-term help while the country awaits new rental units, but he said the benefit may not be enough for low-income renters to close the affordability gap. The report defines affordable rent as 30% or less of a renter's pre-tax income, the same cutoff used by federal officials. The new portable housing benefit is to roll out next year, which will be tied to a person rather than a unit, so that means the person can carry it with them through the housing market rather than losing the financial help when they move out of a government-supported dwelling. Its design will be tailored to each province. On Tuesday, city police arrested 23-year-old Hunter Jones of Garden River First Nation on outstanding warrants. Police observed the accused, knew he was wanted, and took him into custody. After the arrest, officers conducted a search of the accused and found a small amount of what is believed to be crystal methamphetamine. Jones is charged with 1 count of possession of a controlled substance. He was held for bail court. A Japanese fire official says at least 23 people are now confirmed or presumed dead in a suspected arson at a popular animation production studio in Kyoto. Fire department official Satoshi Fujiwara says 36 others have been injured, some of them critically. He says firefighters found more than 10 people presumed dead on the top floor of a 3-story building. Some of them collapsed on the stairs leading to the roof. A man is suspected of starting the fire early this morning. He's among those injured in a hospital. An Ontario man is calling out a member of the Trump family for using an image of his young son as part of a political attack on those opposing the American president. Jeremy Rupke says Donald Trump's son Eric showed disrespect and lack of forethought when he included an image of 4-year-old Mason Rupke in a recent social media broadside against Democrats. Left-leaning politicians have stepped up criticism of the U.S. president in recent days after he told 4 congresswomen of color to go back where they came from, prompting Eric Trump to liken his father's rivals to pee-wee hockey players. To illustrate a tweet on the subject, Eric Trump used a screenshot taken from a video of Mason playing hockey in his hometown of Barrie. That tweet has since been taken down. Rupke says that while he doesn't believe he has the right to insist the image be removed, he found the use of it distasteful and needlessly invasive.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern People's Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
So, Alex, I found something while you were doing the interview and I was doing, the news was running and all of that stuff.
Okay.
That is going to be such good news for you. You have been waiting for this for so long. It's been years in the coming. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is now on Airbnb.
Finally?
Finally.
You know how much
I know how much you like the wiener.
Oscar Mayer Wiener truck. There was nothing more that I wanted to sleep in there.
$56 a night. That's it.
Can I drive it around?
I don't know if you could drive it. I wonder. That would add so much to the experience, wouldn't it?
$56 a night, get to sleep in the truck.
There it is. There, look. You could sleep in there.
My dream vehicle.
You know what? It looks big enough that you could maybe even live in there.
Why is it
It's not
yellow?
like you shower or anything, so you don't need that.
Why is it a yellow base?
I don't know.
It's like a bed of mustard?
Ew.
Yeah. Are you a mustard with hot dogs kind of person?
Yes.
Just mustard?
Mustard and some chopped up onion.
Okay.
And my brother's homemade relish.
Oh.
What about you?
Ketchup, mustard, relish, onion.
Oh!
Give it to me, yeah. All of it.
Same as me. Go figure. I don't like ketchup on... Yeah,
Okay.
look at, see, that's the
look at the carpet. Look at the carpet.
Look, it's got some mustard
Where do you
on
sleep?
it.
Where do you sleep?
I don't know. Maybe they're going to take some of the seats out.
Oh, is that a door in the back?
But yeah, maybe that's the toilet.
Like, oh. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep there. Never mind.
No.
I was thinking that maybe like there's like an upstairs or something because it did look pretty big.
Yeah, it does. It looks tall enough.
Either way, people keep dreaming. Dreams do come true.
Right?
Where is it? Do you know where it is?
No, it's in the States somewhere. But just go to Airbnb and you'll find it. I'm so happy I can make you so happy. That's why I got up this morning, so I can make him happy.
Oh my goodness.
We were talking about the Bachelorette and how this big kerfuffle about she dropped one of the dudes because she admitted that she had sex in the windmill.
And we also talked about how I don't watch it.
Yeah, never watches it.
Never watched it.
He had no clue what I was talking about.
Wait a minute, what are we talking about again?
Yeah.
Because that's how much I don't watch it.
Right, and her name's Hannah B. Well, the windmill that she did it in twice, that's also for rent. If you want to rent the room that she and Kamasava did it twice, they changed the sheets and everything for you. So again, that will cost you $54.
There's a bed in the windmill? They changed.
I hope. I'm thinking maybe.
Is there a black light in the windmill?
Ew.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah.
It's a pretty sizable windmill.
Isn't it? That's what she said. The windmill's huge. She said that. She walked in the door and she said the windmill is so huge. It's such a big windmill that she couldn't get over it. And now you can have the big windmill for $54 a night. With clean sheets.
A big windmill, clean sheets, $54.
Yeah, $54. What more? See?
All you need is an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Right?
You're good to
or
go.
two.
That's how I'm going to pull up. I'm going to say, hey girl, I got a date plan for us. Pull up at my Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
That'll do it.
And then bring her to the big windmill.
She can't help but fall in love with you then.
I know.
Mom, he's got this big wiener and he brought me to the big windmill and it's everything I've ever wanted, you know?
Mm-hmm. I can only imagine that that's how that conversation would go.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that you should just, hey, did you watch SpongeBob?
Oh my goodness, yes, of course I watched SpongeBob.
I didn't, because my kids are older, so I missed that whole, he's 20 years old.
Yep, you missed out.
20 years old.
Renewed for 13th season.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a half-decent voice? Or is he like one of those other cartoons?
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, it's pretty high-pitched.
Yeah, so parents would hate him.
Yeah, right. But what's the coolest thing is now all of the voice actors have been doing a lot more like conventions and stuff, so they'll do panels where they'll reenact scenes and all the voices and stuff. Oh. It's so cool to see the voices come from a real human being.
It must be.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Right on. Well, happy birthday, SpongeBob.
Oh my God, it's today? I didn't forget. Happy birthday, SpongeBob. I didn't forget.
Yeah, for sure. Who's coming up next?
Sara McCleary, back on the show again. I've been bugging her so much this week. She's going to be sick of me more than the viewers are at home. But she's going to be talking about not St. Vincent's Place. She's going to be representing the NDP party coming up in the provincial election. So you'll want to stay tuned to learn all about that and more with Mornings with Luann and Tim. And not A-Dog, but Alex.
you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
So the entire staff here has been hounding me all day, making fun of the nickname I came up with earlier. And then before this, I said provincial election, and everyone's going, no, it's federal, it's federal, it's federel. But that's why Sarah's here. She's here to clear the air. That's not my job. I'm here to facilitate a conversation. So hi, Sarah. Good to see you again.
Long time no see.
I've been bugging her all week, so I'm sure she's sick of me. But after this interview, she's done. She can run away.
No, I'm back on Monday for Andy's show.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, everybody here's gonna get sick of me.
Inseparable. Anyway, Sarah, you're here because you decided to put your hand back in the pot, and we got a press release July 15th. And what did that press release state?
That I was running to be the NDP candidate for the federal election, and last night was the nomination meeting, and now I'm it.
And the meeting, I can only imagine, went well if you are the candidate.
It did, yeah. I mean, I was the only one running, but we had to, make it formal and everything, and it was a really good meeting. We had Carol Hughes, the MP for Algoma Manitoulin and Kapuskasing. She came and spoke a bit about, what needs to get done, what's been going on and everything, so it was really good.
Right, and you were saying that obviously you ran in the municipal election last year, and for someone that does run, usually that's quite a toll mentally, physically. You're pounding pavement, you're talking to so many people. Why are you doing it again?
Well, I guess there's a few things going into it. So, I mean, I do really enjoy it. I love going door to door and talking to people and hearing their experiences and everything. So as much as that is really tiring, it's also really fun to me. So I don't mind doing it. But I mean, also, there were so many people asking me, because I was kind of, I was thinking that's because I helped with the provincial campaign too, right?
Big commitment.
So yeah, it's like a third campaign in a little under 2 years, too much. But I had so many people saying, no, you've got to do it, you've got to do it. So kind of finally went, all right, I guess so. But also, I think it's important that we have representatives, or at least candidates, preferably representatives, who really understand the life of an ordinary person in Canada and in the Sioux. And I think that, you know, the other candidates going right now, Terry Sheehan, Sunny Spina, as you know, they're maybe not 1%, but they're up there, right? Whereas I'm right there with everybody, right? I was telling you before, you know, my husband recently had a change in his work situation, and so our income has gone down, we've lost our benefits, and so he's on his 3rd month now without taking one of his diabetes medications. So, I mean, I understand, right? It's not just that I'm hearing about it and that, you know, my party's telling me these are the issues. I can tell them what the issues are, right? Because I'm living them.
Yeah, you can see them firsthand, and that's a little bit more relatable to it. And that's something that people do enjoy. So the municipal election was last year in October. What kind of things have you taken that you say, you know what, I think this might have really helped me, and something that maybe you said, maybe let's not do that a second time around?
Well, a big one that I learned is that signs are actually really important for an election.
They are, and they're very expensive.
They are. Well, and I wasn't a big fan of the environmental impact, right? So for my municipal campaign, I was like, I really don't want to do that. But I had so many people say, no, you got to do it, you got to do it. So in the dying days of the campaign, I invested in about 15 signs, and almost as soon as I did that, my Facebook likes kind of went up, so obviously it helps with like the name recognition. So I mean, I don't think the party would let me not do signs even if I wanted to.
No, definitely not.
But that is definitely a big lesson that I learned there.
All right, and when you're talking to people and you say, you know, big things for you are you want to help the quote-unquote average Joe, right? So what are some of the big concerns that you're hearing from them?
So a big one obviously is affordability, right? Like I said about, you know, not being able to afford medications. So that's part of why I wanted to represent the NDP is that I really love that pharmacare, you know, head-to-toe pharmacare, it's part of our platform, it's costed, we know how we're going to do it and how it will help. And then
there's dental as well.
Yeah. So that's part of head to toe. So I mean, medications. Starting with medications, and then leading into dental and mental health care and vision. Kind of eventually, right? We'll do it in steps.
Now, when you were looking at the party's platforms, was the NDP just the obvious choice for you and what you believe in?
Yes, 100%.
Right, and what sorts of things are you hoping to implement in your platform? I know it's probably not all set in stone and not all crisp and concise, but what sorts of things are you keeping in mind right now?
So definitely the pharmacare. That's huge for, I think, a lot of people in town. Also, climate change, right? It's huge. We know, it's important to me, but we also know that it's top of mind for at least 1/3 of Canadians, that's going to be the thing on their mind when they're casting their ballots. And I really, really like the NDP's plan to address climate change. You know, it's not just a tax or, the Conservatives' plan to give businesses money. It's actually investing in jobs, moving away from the harmful gases and oil and whatnot.
Greenhouse emissions.
Exactly.
All
so
that
it's
junk.
Yeah. So it's moving away from that, but in a sustainable way that actually creates jobs, not takes them away.
Right. So what does the calendar look like from now until that October 21st election? What sorts of things? When do you start pounding pavement? When do you start placing signs and stuff like that?
So signs will start going up after the writs dropped, which we're assuming is probably going to be September.
Okay.
Pounding the pavement as soon as I have something in my hand that I can hand people about me. I'm going to be hitting events actually tonight. I was already going to be taking my kids to the Arch Butterfly release, but I mean, now that I'm candidate, that'll be kind of focusing on my kids, but that'll be in there.
Play through butterflies.
So I mean, already, and then this weekend we'll be hitting some events and everything with Pride that again I wanted to go to anyway, but now it'll be
Rotary
kind of
Fest
as a candidate.
As well there this weekend.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Sarah, it's going to take quite a bit, I'd say, to dethrone Terry, and even Sunny's a great candidate as well. What's it going to take to get yourself recognized and hopefully in that seat?
I think, like we were talking about, knocking on a lot of doors, pounding on a lot of pavement, and just really making sure that people are hearing our message and that they understand that unless they've got $20 million in the bank or, are part of that top 1%, that they'll see nothing but benefits from our platform, right? It's not that we're going to raise taxes on everybody and that's how we're going to do things. We're not going to run a deficit for years and years and years and that's how we're going to get things done. It's if they don't have $20 million in the bank, which I don't think many people in the Sioux do, and they're not part of that top 1%, they'll have nothing but benefits. And I think people really need to understand that and hear that, and just remind them that we're a party that's actually on their side, not on the side of business, like big business and industry and corporations, that we actually want to help the everyday Canadians.
And how hard would you say it is to overcome just face recognition in itself? Because we do live in a small town that there's not a lot of other cities around us within a 3-hour drive. I'd say it's probably the closest big city. So how important do you think is name recognition in a race like this?
It definitely helps, because the incumbent always has an advantage in any election. I do think that I have some advantage there, just because I am in the media and
been a journalist.
Yeah, exactly. And I've done a lot of this kind of stuff, and I'm out there at St. Vincent's and all my volunteering and everything. So I think that helps. But like I said, I do think that nothing will beat the knocking on doors and making sure people are seeing me and hearing from me personally.
And we're running a little bit out of time here, but if somebody had a concern that they wanted to talk to you about, how can they reach out to you?
So right now, I'm actually this morning, when we're done, going to be setting up a Facebook page, so they can find that. Or as soon as we have things sorted out, we'll get a campaign office up and running, and they can find us that way.
Perfect. So it would probably be something like Sara McCleary NDP Party on Facebook,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
Well, Sara, I wish you the best of luck, and I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty more of you all the way up till October 21st and Monday as well.
Apparently.
Okay, Sara, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, and we'll see a little bit more of you right after this break.
Melly, did you know that the Bush Plain Heritage Center is celebrating 30 years this year?
Wow, great for them. Did you know that if you're at the Bush Plain Museum, that you're only 12 minutes and 7 seconds away from Maitland Ford Lincoln?
Really? Maitland Ford? It's closer than you think.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide. The average Canadian will spend their last 10 years in sickness. Change your future at makehealthlast.ca.
And that's about it. We're about to wrap it up. Another big thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the morning show. Again, couldn't do it without you guys. Much appreciated stuff. So Lou, only one more morning show to go.
One more to go.
And I got a whole week in the books. Tim,
imagine.
Tim, shaking your boots. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your job. But I miss you, and come back Monday because I want to see you.
Yes, please come in because he wants to sleep in. Thanks so much, Alex. Have an awesome rest of your Bum Slide Thursday. See you tomorrow.